Hi there, I'm Holly Tate, Senior Vice President of Growth here at Leadr, where we're all about making managers better leaders. And that's why we've built the first ever People CRM to help you do just that. The reality is, when we have ineffective managers on our team, we see decreased productivity, increased turnover, and lower profits across the board. But the Workplace Research Foundation tells us that if we just increase our investment in employee engagement by only 10%, we see an increase per employee of about $2,400 per year. So, if this is such a problem, why is it so hard to solve? Well, at Leadr, we call this the leadership spectrum. So, the managers on your team fit into one of these four buckets. We've got the best friend manager who usually has high rapport, high trust with his team. He's very well liked, but he's not driving outcomes or performance because typically there's a lack of accountability or a lack of clarity from his teammates. Then you've got the lost manager. And the lost manager just doesn't know what she doesn't know. She might be young or new or inexperienced and doesn't have a playbook to follow to be an effective leader. And then you've got your bulldozer manager. Now, what's interesting about this manager is that they very well may be driving results. This is often called the micromanager. But the question here is, at what cost? What we hear from teams that have a bulldozer manager are that there's high turnover, their team is burned out, and ultimately people are leaving or there's surprises in exit interviews because the bulldozer manager has just bulldozed over everybody on the team. Well, at Leadr, no matter where your managers are in this spectrum, our goal is to help them become better leaders and move into that top right quadrant, because better leaders drives better performance for our teams and our organizations overall. And this is actually our founder story. So our founders, Matt and Chris, they founded a successful software company prior to founding Leadr. And Matt was one of the very first employees. And as he was promoted into management for the first time, he was that lost leader. Then he drifted into the best friend manager and then ultimately became the bulldozer manager. And in fact, he walked out over 200 employees in his time at that last company. And he was committed to finding a better way. And so what he realized was the problem was that scattered systems and processes create scattered managers, which ultimately create scattered employees and scattered results. There are lots of managers out there that are spinning their wheels and trying to do all of the things that they know they should do, but the data is in different places. It's stuck over in the HR system, or an employee engagement survey goes out, but the executive team is the only one who ever sees it. And managers are left to their own devices without a playbook and without a framework on how to be a great leader. And so that's why we built Leadr. It's a platform for managers to lead their teams consistently in these 5 areas: learning, engagement, action, development, and recognition. And the best part is that it all comes together into a people dashboard so that you can see all your people progress in one place. And when we bring learning and engagement, action, development, and recognition all together in one place, you get the visibility that you need, your managers get the predictability that they need, and ultimately every employee feels invested in, which drives performance for the entire organization. So let's dive into these 5 areas. So first is learning. We've got a custom learning library that you can build your own playlists or share one-off content. We've also got hundreds of different videos that are all loaded into Leadr that you can use as soon as you sign up. The next is engagement. And in our insights tool, not only can you send pulse surveys every month around things like clarity, maximization, and rapport, but you can also send a quarterly employee net promoter score survey so you can always see at any time how your employee engagement is tracking and get practical action steps for how to improve. One of the biggest pain points that we hear in the teams that we talk to here at Leadr is that it's really difficult to drive action across the organization, especially if we're in a growth spurt. And so that's why we've created goals and action items. So your goals can be shared or have collaborators across the organization. And then you can attach action items to different meetings, different goals, and even one-off action items to make sure that you're actually tracking all of the things that need to get done. And then development, which we know development is ultimately the key that drives performance. And so we want to see that through effective and consistent one-on-one meetings, regular healthy feedback, and really easy, simple, effective performance reviews. And so all three of these are wrapped together right into the one-on-one, the feedback, and the reviews module inside of Leadr so that every single person on your team is being developed. And then recognition is where you can give shout outs to your team so that you are recognizing amazing performance across the organization. And again, all of that is pulled together so you can see all your people progress in one place. So your executive team has the visibility that they need, your managers has the predictability that they need, and every employee is invested in. Now, it's really critical when we're introducing a new concept or a new system or process to our team that we understand the ROI. And I want to share some results that our Leadr customers are seeing across the board. So, in the first 90 days, on average, our Leadr customers see an increase of 9% in employee engagement just in the first 3 months. We're also seeing a significant decrease in turnover across the board after 12 months. And ultimately, Leadr customers have a higher Glassdoor rating than non-Leadr customers, which we know is critical to not only attracting, but retaining those high performers on our team. Now, remember that stat that I shared at the beginning of our time together today, which was if we just increase our investment in employee engagement by 10%, we should expect to see $2,400 more in profit per employee. So here what you're looking at, let's just say you're an organization of about 100 employees. We multiply that times $2,400 when we invest in Leadr, then we can expect to see $240,000 in increased profits back in your bottom line because you've invested in making your managers better leaders. I love this story from Chick-fil-A in Abilene, which is one of our customers. He says, "We are on track for Symbol, which is an award for Chick-fil-A's highest sales score. Never in our 17-year history have we gotten a 1 in the food score, which is the highest ranking food score for Chick-fil-A, and we just did. The regular touch points through one-on-ones have been so helpful. Our leaders are challenged and cared for in different ways, and then do the same for our team members. We are trust building, growing, and developing. We love Leadr and what it has done for our team and business goals." And so Kyle and the team over there at Chick-fil-A Abilene, when they first started with Leadr, they sent out their first employee net promoter score survey, and they got a 32. But within 90 days using Leadr, it jumped to a 71, which is a 121% increase. And so in your first 30 days with Leadr, we make it so easy, just like with Chick-fil-A Abilene, for you to get started. So sign up today for your custom demo so we can show you how you can make your managers better leaders there at your organization.